Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Mint's premium wireless is $15 a month. But I'd like to offer one other perk. We have no stores. That means no small talk. Crazy weather we're having. No, it's not. It's just weather. It is an introvert's dream. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
And then he starts, like, pray fighting, and it fails. And
yes!
Prayer failing in horror movies used to just infuriate me as a Christian. Because it was like, what do you mean that name doesn't work?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah.
That's the whole point. That would be like if Superman one time just kind of jumped halfway into the air and flopped to the ground and he was like, fuck!
God-Awful Movies.
Welcome back to the GAMcast, where each week we sample another selection from Christian cinema, or it would be too obvious that our trips to England were scouting missions for a backup country. I'm your host, Noah Lugeons. Heath is off again this week, but sitting 900 miles to my northeast is my bad friend Eli Bosnick. Eli, how are you this fine afternoon, sir?
I am Bibliowrecks, no illusion.
I don't think that's a word at all, but let's give it some context at least. We're also excited to welcome in not one, but two guest masochists this week. Bugs and BamBam are the co-hosts of the Bibliowrecks podcast, where they review the very worst stories the world has to offer, apparently, and they're here today to prove that they can do that with visual shit, too. Bugs, BamBam, welcome to GodAwfulMovies.
Thank you so much for having us. This is going to be very fun.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, like the listeners don't know, but we've already had a lot of fucking fun leading into this part of the record, so I think we're going to have a blast.
Yeah, apparently Bugs and BamBam learned about microphones 40 seconds before they logged on.
Yes, I don't know how we've ever released a recording before.
Yeah, right?
I promise their podcast is wonderful, despite the 7.5 hours we just spent figuring out Skype.
All right. So tell us, Bugs, what will we be breaking down today?
We watched Shadowbuilder, the movie, because Bram Stoker wasn't alive to protest this shit.
Right. Oh, you just imagine him rolling over in his grave the whole fucking time.
I feel so bad for his good name.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him. Like you could like every time you like an old author, he turns out to be a child molester or some weird shit like that. But barring that, I do too. And Eli, how bad was this movie?
Well, if you love the schlocktastic CGI of the CW when you were in high school, but you wish it had the oddly preachy vibes of your aunt who's still Catholic even after all the kid fucking, you will love this movie. This movie is like Goonies meets someone's sleep paralysis demon.
Yes.
It is so bizarre.
It's all over the fucking map. By the way, there was no CW when I was in high school, but yeah.
Well, sure, there was only one channel, and it was the one the president got on to tell everybody about the war.
No, he was on all the channels. So yes. But yeah, that's what we watched. So is there anything you guys want to nominate this one for being the best at being the worst at?
Best worst use of an author's name for a completely unrelated movie. This was nothing like the story at all.
Right. So the story wasn't like a linear story that told a story at all. I looked at it. I haven't actually read it. I just kind of like looked over it when we started going through this because I was like, well, this can't be fucking right. But yeah.
Right.
Because, like everything Bram Stoker wrote, it is impossibly boring. So what obviously happened is that someone was looking at this short story collection by Bram Stoker, and they were like, that's the guy who wrote Dracula. I bet it's great. But they forgot that Dracula actually has significantly more recipes than it does interesting scenes.
That's a great book.
So they read this short story, which is like a meditation on darkness that an 8th grade goth kid would be like, it's a little much, right? And they were like, oh, fuck. Shadow monster? He said shadow. He said shit. What I'm getting is shadow.
Right. Like they took this character that kind of reminded me of Death from Terry Pratchett.
Sure.
And he's watching the world go by. He's watching humans doing human things. And it's just like nostalgia and reminiscence and grief. And then they're like, no, guns and demons.
Yes. A priest with double-barreled shotguns. And, yeah, it's fucking hilarious. It's the extent to which they fucked Bram Stoker's name to death is funny. That's the main humorous thing about this goddamn movie.
It would be like if someone wrote Red Our Town and then made a ghost based on the girl narrator. You know? They're like, that's pretty spooky. She's looking at her mom and her grandma, right? Fuck yeah, let's get this going.
Do you have a best worst for us, Bam Bam?
Yeah. For me, it was best worst stunt dog.
Oh, that's definitely the scene of the film. We won't spoil it now, but yeah, you got that to look forward. And speaking of things that I don't want to spoil now, I just want to tease you about. I'm going to go with best worst satanic spell.
Oh, fuck yeah, baby.
So at the end of this movie, there will come a point where one of the characters has to recite a satanic spell to unmake the world. And it is possibly top 10 funniest things that have ever happened in a movie. Top 3 unintentionally funny.
1,000,000%. I mean, literally weeping with laughter, unable
absolutely.
to breathe.
I'm almost weeping with laughter thinking about it now.
And I'm going to go with best fake spoiler subtitles. So I watched this where all the greatest movies are kept, Tubi.com. And in between, AT&T ads where Billy Bob Thornton wanders around America's countryside, swearing to himself about the fact that he used to get to finger Angelina Jolie.
Oh, God.
I got subtitles for this. And every single subtitle in the movie, when you're watching a subtitle and someone's off camera, so they do it in brackets, every single one of those is attributed to a demon.
Yes.
It just says demon and then their line. So I spent the first half of the movie being like, man, they are really spoiling this movie that everyone in this town, including the protagonist, is a demon.
I was just assuming that everyone was just a demon and everyone was just fine with that. And it wasn't part of the plot at all.
Maybe I missed it.
Right. All right, well, this one gets good fast, so we're not going to make you wait long. We'll keep the break brief, and when we come back, we'll dive into all the breathless cocaine monologue that is Shadowbuilder.
Shadowbuilder. Hey, podcast listener. Before we get to the sassy talking about this week's movie, I thought we'd pop in and remind you that it's November, and that means vulgarity for charity.
That's right, Eli. Vulgarity for Charity is the time of the year when we do some good by roasting the people who deserve it most, the people who have pissed you off.
That's right, podcast listener. The people who've pissed you off. So here's how it works. This year, we're helping out our friends at Recovering from Religion. So if you want to roast, head to recoveringfromreligion.org. Click Vulgarity for Charity at the top of the page. Give us at least $50. Tell us about who we're roasting, and you could have all the meanness we can muster on air aimed at the victim of your choice.
That's recoveringfromreligion.org and click Vulgarity for Charity at the top of the page.
Vulgarity for Charity. The worst way to do good we could think of that was legal.
Excuse me.
Hello, what's up?
Yeah, so I've been pushing this button to get someone to unlock the deodorant for like 15 minutes.
Oh, why? Why have you been doing that?
Well, because I want to buy it. And this is a store, right?
I don't think so. Hey, Craig, is this a store?
Don't ask me, man. I just stand behind the desk in the photo area.
Do you print photos?
What's a photo?
Besides, you should be trying Mando.
What's Mando?
Mando has clinically proven 72-hour odor control. Plus, it's safe for the whole body. Pits, package, feet, and everywhere in between.
Well, that sounds great.
It is. Plus, it comes in spray, stick, or cream.
Deodorant cream?
Yeah, it rubs on like lotion for full body protection.
Okay, but have you actually tried it?
I have. Mando sent us a sample to try when they first became sponsors, and I instantly replaced my boring old drugstore stick. Now I'm dry for 72 hours at a time, and I don't smell like a blue Gatorade looks. That's why I, Eli Bosnick, personally endorse Mando.
All right, I'm sold. Where should I start?
Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers or to secure some last-minute stocking stuffers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping.
If only there was a discount.
Well, as a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. Use code AWFUL at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness. Don't let meat sweats get you this holiday season. Your family and friends will thank you.
All right. So why are these all locked up anyway?
Oh, because the thought of someone who can't afford deodorant having it drives our owners insane with rage.
Okay, so they're like just bad people?
The worst imaginable. Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome to the first writer's room meeting of Shadowbuilder.
Woo!
Now, as you know, we're basing this on the short story The Shadowbuilder by Bram Stoker, the dude who wrote Dracula, so you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm like really interested to hear how you're going to turn this story into a movie.
You are?
Yeah, I mean, the short story is really more of a meditation on death and loss.
Is?
Sort of a fleeting psychodrama on death and mourning. It's not even really a narrative.
It's not?
You did read the short story, right, man?
No, yeah. Well, of course I do. What do you think? I'm the kind of guy who just goes through a collection of short stories by Bram Stoker in the public domain and chooses the one with the spookiest name before he even reads it? Come on.
No,
of course
no,
not.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so I was thinking, relevant to the story that I read, that this movie could be about a demon who uses shadows to construct an evil portal to hell.
Because he's a shadow builder?
Yes, exactly. He builds out of shadows.
But that's not what...
I said it's because he's a shadow builder.
Got it.
And we're back for the breakdown, and I'm sorry to say it, but I have so many fucking notes on these opening logos.
Oh, you mean the 5 separate logos for the same fucking company?
Well, so Imperial, it's even before it decided to take its second take, just a cacophony of like 3 different intro tunes that came on with it. And then we get the Moonstone logo, which looks unfinished, like they meant to put a thing there. And then Imperial's like, I want to go again. I got a better one. It was fucking weird.
This is the logo equivalent of a game Heath and I are playing on our very real way we make a living that Noah usually comes out of the pocket. Like, it's like later after the recording, he's like, so you guys are playing Last Logo Wins? Okay, this makes sense. Last Logo Wins. All right.
So, okay, so then we get our title, Bram Stoker *** Shadow Builder.
And can I just say, Bram Stoker is a hell of a name to try to juice in the year of our Lord, 1998. Fucking, where are all the Bram heads at? Now we're getting into the fucking Bram deep cuts. Do you think there was just like one goth kid who was like, at last?
Yeah.
Right, because if you had just said Shadow Builder, everyone would be like, who?
Right.
Like, you have to attach that name to have it have any significance. But then they're like, source material? Nah.
No, well, right. And that's the other thing, right? Because Shadow Builder, if you think about it, is just thing with mass, right? Like thing that can block photons. That's not very scary. So we get our title, and now we're going to meet. All right, I don't want to spoil it yet. So we're going to meet a guy with a goatee. He's walking in, and he's like investigating a site where there's just recently been a satanic ritual. This movie is so 1998.
I called him Leather Jacket Guy.
Okay, yeah. I had him as goatee guy, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
I call him PTSD priest.
Well,
Yeah.
so now you've spoiled it. Okay.
You've spoiled
fine.
as a priest.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Because we can't let them know he's a priest until the collar pops out.
Yes, right.
So we have to
Okay.
wait.
I thought we couldn't spoil who the actor was.
Yes.
So I would like to talk about the fact that this is Michael fucking Rooker.
It's Yondu. It's Father Yondu.
Yes, it's Yondu. And you're like, who's that? Okay, he's the blue guy in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mhm.
And the fact that he is doing anything except whistling through his teeth to his special magic arrow is a terrible mistake.
So, all right. So we're seeing like two layers here, right? So we've got Father Yondu investigating the satanic ritual. And at the same time, we're seeing like flashbacks to the satanic ritual where we've got like 4 Satanists taking it very seriously and Pancakes Heath sitting off in the corner going, y'all are stupid. This is stupid.
Drinking and just like lounging about.
Yeah.
And look, I know that he's going to end up being a sacrifice for their satanic ritual, but the fact that you let your sacrifice stay there and heckle
Yes.
probably ruins the vibe of your satanic ritual, yeah?
At the very least. And so we're flashing between Pancakes Heath about to get sacrificed and Father Yondu, and he comes across a couple of naked bodies that I guess have been exsanguinated for purposes of the ritual. I don't know what I think they were like, let's put some boobs in here, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Dead bodies. Dead.
Yeah, boobs bodies, more important.
Well, right. Yeah, exactly. And so, but as he's looking at this naked lady, that blood starts dripping on her from the ceiling. And so he like smears his finger in it and takes a good whiff.
Okay, what information do movies think people are getting? This is like 2 weeks in a row that someone has smelled blood and been like, well, now I've learned something I didn't know before I smelled this blood.
AB negative. I don't know.
Pennies.
I was shocked he didn't stick it in his mouth because
Right.
that's what they always got him to.
Yes, then they lick it. Yeah, right. But then and then in the satanic ritual, we see that like Pancakes Heath, his job at this point in the ritual is to burn a tuft of his kid's hair and a photograph of him as like part of a sacrifice.
But first, there was some mention of financial compensation.
Oh, yes.
And that's how he introduces it, by the way. Like, they're in the middle. They're like, in the name of the Lord. And he's like, fuck you, pay me. And they're like, oh, okay. We were going to pay you, man, but you've kind of ruined the vibe.
We're kind of in the middle of a thing.
I got it.
Pull up my robe, dig in my pants. Where's my goddamn
Okay,
wallet?
like,
It's got to be Google Play gift cards because the IRS says I owe them money.
so they give him some money and he goes and he burns the stuff and they're like, when he goes to burn the picture of his kid, he hesitates for a second. And the priest's like, come on, you don't believe in any of this raising Satan shit, do you? And he goes, hell no. And I point that out because afterwards, after they're done with the ritual, the priest turns to him and he goes, pretty soon, hell no will be a contradiction in terms.
I thought of some wordplay during our satanic ritual, and it wasn't really the time now, but I would like, do you remember when you're walking away? Okay, goodbye. Also, can I ask a question? Because all of us here are non-believers to a certain extent, right?
Right.
I still wouldn't burn a picture of my son. Not because I think it's supernatural, but the vibes would be bad. Like
I'd be like, I don't believe anything's going to happen, but this feels mean.
All right. Yes, yeah, right.
yeah, fuck you. Fuck your face is my answer. So I'll burn your kid. Give me your kid. I'll burn a picture of his kid.
But then the shadow monster pops out and eats Pancakes Heath. And just then we get Father Yondu busted into the fucking room, dual wielding, y'all. He's got
laser sights.
Yes, 2 guns
Yes.
with laser sights. And let me just say, this actor does not do a very good job of keeping those lasers more or less even.
No, it was a light show.
Yeah. He's really excited about the laser sights. Now, it's also, so he shoots everybody in the room. They run towards him, but they, and I can't emphasize this enough, are not armed.
Nope.
They're just like a PTA in satanic robes.
And they're all old people, right? It's just like
Yeah.
a bunch of old men running at him and he's shooting him in the dick. It's really a weird vibe there, too.
It's like they couldn't afford knives for something, and Yondu was like, are you sure this isn't going to ruin the vibes? That the first thing my character does is kick down a door and shoot 9 people for burning a picture?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
So he shoots all of them. He sees Pancakes Heath's body. He's all desiccated for some reason. So he gets his wallet, and then the main Satanist, as he's dying, he's like, all right, but you got to admit, I totally raised a shadow demon, though. And Yondu's like, no, you didn't. I didn't see no shadow demon.
I don't believe in that.
Okay, I almost went with best worst skeptic because we make it 4 seconds into this movie before he sees supernatural evidence that would absolutely convince anybody that the supernatural was real. He will be 90 seconds before the end of the film where he's like, all right, maybe God's real. He'll have fought a shadow demon multiple times before he's like, okay.
Maybe there's something to this. Yeah. But then after he gets done killing everybody, he puts back on his priestly collar and he gives him last rites.
I was like, you're going to murder him and then give him last rites. What?
Yeah.
That feels so awkward in heaven, right? It's just like walking around up there. And Jesus is like, come, my son, at my right hand. And he's like, actually, I was kind of working for the other side, but kind of forced here.
Since I'm here anyway, yeah.
Is this awkward? Feels awkward.
Well, whenever Michael Rooker burst into the room and he was talking to Quinn, he said initially he was just going to take him back, and then he just immediately shoots him.
Yeah, I don't think he had negotiation in mind at any point. Yeah. So yes, so he gets done with that. We watch him like walk back to his priestly limousine in the rain, and the boss priest is there to get debriefed. He's like, so did you kill all the Satanists? And he's like, yeah, no, I killed all the Satanists. And he's like, there was a desiccated corpse. I took his wallet. And I'm like, well, you guys going to split the money now? But no, this is part of his investigation. This is Victor Lambert. That's Pancakes Heath. And he has to check out and see what's up with this guy now.
Right.
Now, we introduce in this scene where they're in the car, we really reinforce the whole idea that Father Yondu doesn't believe in the supernatural. He thinks he's just killing for the Vatican, for political reasons.
Right. Yeah. He's saying that he's basically just a hitman for the Vatican. And he's like, it's just politics. And the other guy's like, did you stop him? Oh my God, that's the end of the world. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, no, he was just a political threat. And the boss is like, no, they have the Compendium Infernus.
Which, again, you can feel him throw off the vibes when he's like, no, he's just a political opponent. The guy's like, okay, man, well, that makes your willing murder of 9 people fucking crazy.
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly.
Like, I know that we're bad people and we cover up a child rape, but we haven't done the whole, organized killing thing for a while.
But Yondu now has to go investigate a possible second cell of Satanists that are going to do some crazy shit during the eclipse.
God, I hope there's more old people for me to kill.
Well, he goes at this point, he's like, will you hear my confession before I go? And the guy's like, are you going to say sorry like you mean it? And he goes, no, I'm not. Actually.
Vassie, he doesn't respond. He just gives him this really intense look and starts leaning over and then doesn't suck his cock.
Yeah, everything about this plays like he's going to suck his cock, even when he kisses his ring, right? Because that was a very I'm going to suck your cock ring kiss, wasn't it?
Ring kiss, 100%, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So now we cut to this cop. He's this rookie cop, and it's 5:00 in the morning in the town that second satanic sleeper cell might have been in, right? This is the first time we're going to see Satan vision or demon vision.
I called it tunnel vision.
Sure, yeah. So the demon in this movie has escaped to the sewers, and he's going to make his way through in the sewers from this point on. And he's got like poor man's predator vision, right? So every time we see him, we're going to be going through the tunnels in sort of a Technicolor acid trip,
Yeah, it's like shades of red and orange. Like everything's really bright and disorienting.
Yeah, regardless of what temperature it would be.
Yeah.
I know I'm the fresh-faced youth on this particular episode, but did anyone get Secret Life of Alex Mack vibes from whenever we went into this vision? No, just me? All right.
Okay,
well,
so-
the millennials out there are fucking loving
All
that
right, well,
reference.
there you go.
I'm pretty sure my dad is too young to get that reference.
Oh, wow. But the cop, as the demon is floating through the sewer or whatever, he winds up in this cemetery and he explodes some dirt. And a rookie cop sees that and he has to go check it out. So he calls it in and we meet Maggie, the lady cop, who's asleep at the wheel here when he calls it in, right? And he's like clearly scared and calling in an emergency, and she's just fucking with him the whole time. It seems inappropriate.
She's like, what do you want?
Yeah.
I was sleeping. I have better things to do. And he's like, oh no, man. Oh no.
Yeah. And he's like, I saw something mysterious in the cemetery. I'm going to go check it out. And she's like, what's the cop number? You have to tell me what it is. You're doing a what? What number? And he's like, I don't fucking know the number.
Oh, no, I'm new. Come on.
Yeah. So he goes out into the cemetery and he finds that one of the graves is all dug up. And in that grave is a skeleton. Because it's a grave. I mean, that would be
Because it's a grave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
But then the demon is like, I guess, off in the distance. We don't see the demon at this point, but we hear it. And it's quoting the lines that Pancakes Heath said earlier.
Yeah.
There was some mention of financial compensation.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
relevant lines, right?
No.
Also, not a great way to introduce your demon to the movie.
Right.
It makes the demon seem like really stupid.
Yeah. That would be like if we introduced Freddy Krueger by being like, I want to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
Yes, right. Well, that's like a clever writer would have had Pancakes Heath say something that could then be creepy in this situation. But these fucking idiots that wrote this goddamn movie didn't have enough cocaine for that level of clever. So instead, there's going to be a fucking light explosion, and then the demon is going to summon shadow bees to eat the cop's face.
Yeah.
I wrote, X-Files had better special effects.
Oh,
Sure
my
did.
God. Yeah, this was
Sure did.
This was 1998 direct-to-video effects.
Yeah,
right?
fucking Dreamcast had better special effects than this movie.
It's okay. So now it's 5:50 a.m. and we cut to the house of that kid from that Polaroid that got burned earlier.
Not just any kid, no illusions. That would be Kevin Zeggers of Air Bud fame. Maybe you've heard of him.
Oh, is that who that
Wait,
is?
really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck yeah. He's making
He's Josh in Air Bud.
another appearance.
He's also crazy hot now, which makes me so happy. Like, it's rare that a child actor isn't dead. So first of all,
Yeah,
big
that's
ups
good.
for being
Yeah, yeah.
alive. But second of all, whenever you Google this like child actor who was in a ton of those like Airbud 2, Airbud 7, you just see Kevin Zeggers living his best possible life.
nice. Good for him. All right. So, but now he lives with his Aunt Jen. His parents are gone, it's out of the picture. So he lives with his Aunt Jen, who is waking up next to Sheriff Sam, right?
And very weirdly creepy music playing in the background.
Yeah, like completely incongruous. It seems like there was a big fight between a lot of different people about what kind of movie we were making, right? This was somewhere between Goonies and Nightmare on Elm Street the entire fucking time, right? So now we see her waking up, and the kid, Chris, is dragging shit up in a little basket to the roof of the house, I guess, to make an observatory for the upcoming eclipse.
Yep.
And she's laying in a bed between two windows. She is at the very front of the room, and it's like the entire neighborhood can see you in your bed.
Yep.
100%. Yeah.
Sure can. Which makes it really awkward when a few seconds later, her boyfriend, Sheriff Sam, is like, hey, we're trying to keep this relationship on the down low, right? And she's like, well, other than the fact that we're fucking in front of literally everybody in the neighborhood with these picture windows, yeah, that are open, that we wake up and the windows are open. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's never explained why their relationship needs to be a secret. They're both single. Like, they seem to like each other. No one ever reacts to their existence of a relationship. They just establish, like, no one can know we're fucking, and then it does not matter for the rest of the movie.
And everyone knows they're fucking. Also, hey, pro tip, if you're making an observatory for your eclipse, don't bring a telescope. There are filters that you can use, but don't, like, generally speaking, that's not something that you
Nah,
want
do it. Noah doesn't want you to really see the sun. He doesn't want you to see. He doesn't want you to see through the Jew lies. That's when you see a bunch of me's like shuffling something in front of the big flat Earth that they got going on.
All right,
Mr. President.
So meanwhile, Father Yondu he's heading to town. He's scarfing down like that over-the-counter meth we used to be able to get from fucking roadside stores in the 90s. It was a simpler time.
I had one note for the previous section. I have no idea what Melrose Place is, and they made a reference to it. Could one of the resident olds explain this reference to me?
How dare you, sir?
So I am actually too old for that. That was a 90210 spinoff, wasn't it?
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Eli, I'm asking you. It's your generation, not mine. I think I'm too old.
It's not my generation. I'm too young for Melrose Place.
We are immediately between. Yeah, we need to tag Heath in.
There's a huge explosion as Heath bursts through the wall and he's like, "My sexual formation. That was my sexual formation." It was a drama, really a running drama about young people living in Melrose Place. It's great.
So
it was sort of like soap opera for Gen X before their parents got divorced. And then they didn't have TVs anymore. Yeah.
I don't think it was Gen X, but yeah. So now we got little Chris. He's making breakfast, a little scamp, making breakfast for Sheriff Sam as he comes down from Aunt Jen's bedroom. There is a bondage moment between Sam and Jen that we left out, and I feel like that was a little much, right? Like we probably should have drawn a line around that they're into bondage stuff.
Right. Well, what's weird is because Sam's now going to call back to it here. He goes, "Did you remember your cuffs this time? For the bondage you're doing with my aunt.
Yeah, right.
You pretend that she can't stop you from doing whatever you want with her body. Anyways, have some French toast." And I was like, hey.
In front of the double windows where the curtains are open all night.
And then he walks out, this guy who's trying to keep his relationship discreet, walks out to his cop car, which he's got parked in her fucking yard. So yeah, great job, detective.
No, I was here for a bank robbery.
All night.
Well, and this is where we get Eli's best worst, right? Because everybody is saying, "Hi, Sheriff Sam" to him, and the subtitles keep saying demons as who's saying that, right? Now, at the end of the movie, all of these characters, everyone in town will like turn demonic and be on the satanic side. So like, I'm sure in the script, these people were all like Demon 1, Demon 2 or something. And that's how it wound up there. But it's pretty jarring in that moment.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, okay, Chris is about to leave. Aunt Jen wants to talk to him about the nightmares he's been having about satanic stuff.
Oh, Noah, will those nightmares later help us solve mysteries of the movie or be visited ever fucking
never have
again?
Anything to do with anything that happens.
He goes, "It's not like I'm going to need analysis or anything." And I wrote in my notes, "Okay, Woody Allen, relax."
So then we cut to the thriving downtown. This is what Walmart stole from us, folks. And there's this great fucking moment where Sheriff Sam is sitting there with his partner, Nestor, and Nestor says, "Wow, look at all this traffic."
And I paused the movie and counted 1, 2, 3, and there's 6 cars.
Yeah.
6 moving vehicles.
It is virtually an empty town. And he's like, "Yeah, that Eclipse Festival sure is bringing the folks in this week." Yeah. Oh, and so we should probably introduce, so Deputy Nestor, his personality is sexual harassment and irritation, right? He's
he's
awful.
Deputy Perv in all of my notes.
Yeah. Nestor, the resident accurate depiction of a cop.
Well, okay, sure.
I originally had 90s cop, but I thought about it. I was like, it's not really.
Well, and honestly, so there's a moment here where she says, "No, yeah, right. Let's be honest with where we are in the world." But there's a moment here where like they're picking up their breakfast and there's a waitress that brings the food out and he sexually harasses her. And I can tell by her eye makeup that at some point in this movie, we're going to see her boobs, right? Like you just know if you've watched enough 90s movies, like, oh, she's the boobs girl for later.
There's the actor who was willing to show us their boobs. Yep, 100%. He also regales us with a lascivious rendition of "She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain," which I was very impressed of, just performance-wise, right? Because they give him sort of like a "leave her alone." And then as he's heading towards the bathroom, I assume for his morning shit, he does like a "she'll be coming round." We're like, we got it, man. We got it.
See, the actor playing Nestor was making choices. Okay,
no small parts.
But Maggie at this point tells Sheriff Sam that he needs to go check on Cemetery Cop because he went to check out an emergency and never called back, right?
I love that that's what they do. A cop goes, I'm going to go check something out, goes missing for 8 hours, and when the morning shift comes in, they're like, hey, that guy's probably dead. You should check that now that you've clocked in.
So we should do something about that.
I'm so glad you didn't call out sick, otherwise we'd have to check tomorrow.
Because she insinuates that he's going and just peeing on the side of the road, but then is like, oh, he just stood there peeing for 8 hours, I guess.
Right. So he's been peeing since early this morning. Yeah. So, we establish here very quickly that Aunt Jen is a veterinarian, right? She has a veterinary clinic. That'll never really matter either, but she has to do something, I guess. And then we get Sam arriving at the cemetery looking for the rookie, right? And he notices right away that something's off by the fact that the car's empty, the lights are on, and the guy's gun is sitting on the ground. So he checks and finds out that the engine is still warm, so he wasn't peeing for that long, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's what he was doing. So it looked like he petted the car like a horse to calm it. Just like, no, girl. We'll find him. We'll find him. Good girl. Feeds it a single carrot.
Lead us to him.
But he goes up to check out things. He finds the dug up grave with the skeleton and the dead cop. The cop is there, but also all desiccated, like from before. So meanwhile, Father Yondu still driving. We're going to cut back to him driving some more. He almost runs over this kid at this point, and they have a great fucking exchange here, right? Where he looks at the kids, he sees Chris, he sees the kid from the photograph that got burned, and he stares at him for a second.
Just a death stare.
Yes, yeah. Right. And Chris's friend goes, probably a perv.
I think we all wrote like the same joke here.
Yeah. But then the movie beat us to it.
Yeah.
Right? Because Chris is like, he's not a perv, he's a priest. And the friend is like, what'd I tell you? Now, I want to point out, this is some cutting edge knowing priest or perv shit. Like the whole, the spotlight thing, that wasn't for like 3 years after this movie was made. So.
Right. Yeah. You just had to be 1 out of 10 Catholic boys. To know the priests fuck kids.
Exactly. Yeah. But then there's an amazing moment here. So now the coroner's there, right? They're checking everything out. They're checking out the body, and they shine a flashlight at it, and the body starts burning up like flash paper, right? And the coroner goes, and I quote, "It's helioreactive."
Not a word.
No.
But.
And also, it seems like a bit of an understatement as well.
He's also completely unbothered by it. He's like, no, 1 out of 3 bodies turn to dust when hit by this.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll tell you what.
It's like pooping yourself.
And even Sam was like, oh, yeah, let's just get some tarps to deal with this. The thing we see every day.
Oh, yeah.
Pull down the shades.
So as they're leaving, why does the medical examiner assume it's a murder? Like he says, I haven't seen a murder in years.
Right. Yeah. Like somebody desiccated him to death.
Like as far as he knows, he died of moth stings and has the world's worst case of psoriasis.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Like I'd love to know what he is assuming the murder weapon would be here at this point, if not demon death. Yeah. All right, well, I'll tell you what. The photons from this movie had me feeling a little heliosensitive by this point, so we're going to take another quick break, but we're back in a minute with even more Shadowbuilder.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
So blowing in the cartridges didn't help?
I mean, if anything, it probably made the problem worse.
No way.
Hey, guys, what you doing?
We were just talking to Noah about his old Nintendos.
So they already like Noah more than you.
Who's this?
Oh, sorry about that. This is my winter blues, everybody.
Your winter blues?
Yeah, the leaves fall from the trees, the sky turns a little gray, and I just start feeling a little blue.
Well, Eli, you could talk to somebody about that.
Don't talk to anybody about that. That's weird.
It's not weird. It's self-care. And if you're thinking of giving therapy a try, you should try online therapy with BetterHelp.
What's BetterHelp?
BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations.
That sounds great.
It is. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out for a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier for you to take the first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/awful. That's BetterHelp.com/awful.
All right, guys, thanks. Winter Blues, I'll take it from here. You should cry alone in a movie theater.
Wait, maybe try it sooner rather than later, Eli.
Yep. On it. You the sheriff?
Yes. Care to tell me what's going on here?
No time. I'm Father Orizia McCarthy, and I need all the records of arrests in the jail last night.
Fine, damn it.
Wait, sorry?
What is it, deputy?
Why are you giving this guy information?
Damn it, do you want to stop this thing or not?
Yeah, I do, with other cops. You're just a guy.
He's not just a guy. He's a priest.
Exactly, and we're running out of time.
Okay, but priests aren't law enforcement. Any evidence you uncovered or, I don't know, arrests you made, those would be invalid because you're not a police officer.
Hey, I'm Mormon. Do I still have to help?
Yes, you do.
No, nobody has to help. He's just a guy. He's not part of law enforcement. And if he keeps this up, what we should actually do is arrest him.
Sorry, deputy, it's just...
We're out of time.
Exactly, follow me.
I'm coming.
Out of time for what? They're gone.
And we're back for more of this shit. We're going to rejoin the action with Father Yondu finally making it to this church in Grand River that he's been driving to for like 9 scenes now.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me feel confused about, like, where are we in the U.S.? This Shadowbuilder demon got there Zoom immediately, but he had to travel through the sewers, and then driving, it takes 10 hours?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like this movie does seem to think that all major areas in this country are like attached by one big sewer system.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but there's this great moment too. So Father Yondu walks into the church, he's swinging his shoulders like a badass and everything, ready to do badass priest stuff. And then this other priest comes in and he's like, oh, these curtains are just filthy. These are just filthy curtains or whatever. And he's just doing like normal priest shit. I love the juxtaposition there. But they meet and Father Lambert, I never caught this other priest's name. I just call him Father Dork through the rest of my notes.
Yeah.
But Father Dork, Father Yondu says, hey, I'm here about Victor Lambert. And Father Dork is like, oh, he fucking sucks. He's the worst.
He heckled all of my satanic invocations, I'll tell you. If ever there was a guy who was going to take money to burn a picture of his kid, it's that guy, let me tell you.
Yeah, right.
He's like, do you know Lambert? Yeah, I know Lambert. What'd he do this time? He died.
Yeah, died. Oh, that's
classic Lambert.
That's really fucking awkward.
But in his defense, open with he's dead. Don't just be like, do you know him?
Yeah. Did you know him? You can say, did you know? And then you give me a hint.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So meanwhile, speaking of which, we go back to the vet clinic now, and we have Sheriff Sam explaining to Aunt Jen about the dead cop in the grave, but totally buries the lead. Right, so apparently the grave that's been opened up is her sister's grave, Chris's mom's grave. So he opens with, so somebody dug up your sister's grave. Also, there was a dead cop in it. Like you got to start with Larry's dead, I feel like, in this instance.
This is such a small town. Everyone knows everyone. She would be genuinely shocked and upset that this person she probably knows is dead.
You would think, yeah. Right. So, okay, so we get that scene. And then we've got, we go back to Father Dork showing Father Yondu the files on Vic Lambert on Pancake Heath.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny because I had forgotten that this was on Amazon Prime, and I went and found it on YouTube. And whoever uploaded it changed all of the scenes with blood to black and white so you wouldn't see red blood. And they blurred everything. So at the beginning, blurred the boobies. Okay. But then they blurred the crucifix in the church.
Oh, really?
Nipples on Jesus.
Oh, that's
no. That's how you know it's a Christian, when someone's like, oh, I won't have my Lord and Savior being mocked on the tube of you.
Yeah.
Is this the scene where Father Fimler is showing Michael Rooker the files?
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he asked him, hey, why do you need these files? And he says, I have no idea.
Yes. Well, then I should
Now show me someone's personal information right now.
Right. I shouldn't probably give them to you then. Yeah. But this is where he realizes that Pancakes Heath is Chris's dad. Now, critically, like, the picture of Chris was already burned when he got there. Like, we have no reason to think that Father Yondu would know who Chris is or anything. Like, this movie very often just assumes that every character has been watching the movie to this point.
Right.
It's not even established to us that Lambert was Chris's dad until we kind of get to this point.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, wait, who is Lambert? Why does Chris live with Jen? Where's his parents? I was just like, I don't understand any of these families or who's related to who. And then we expect Vassie to just know all of it.
Yeah, that's how Father Yondu is, Vassie. Yeah. Well, there's this fucking moment here where Father Yondu realizes, he's like, he was the kid's dad. I got to go find the kid. And he runs off. And Father Dork calls back to him. He's like, yeah, that kid's probably a fucking loser, just like his piece of shit ass dad. And I'm like, wow, Father.
Got him.
Harsh.
Got him. Good roast me.
Yeah. Did Fenor get like his lunch money stolen by Lambert?
Yes, right.
He got reverse molested by Lander.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So meanwhile, my hero, that's the kid who called out the perv priest. I have him just down as my hero for the rest of the notes. We cut to him and Chris and their other friend. I have these three collectively down as the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew from here on.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out who's behind the dead body in the grave at the cemetery.
This is what we had to do before iPads, okay, people? Before there were iPads and Roblox, we were just like, hey, I heard there was a murder. Do you want to go check it out? And the answer was always yes.
Yeah. Well, and we always had to blame the mentally ill person in town, which is what they do, right?
Yeah, don't worry. It's not going to be the only black guy in the movie.
It's going to be the only black guy in the movie. So, yeah. But they got to go see if Covey is the murderer. Now, we haven't been introduced to Covey. I guess some people have mentioned him as having stolen their lights in the background of the film up to this point. But he's like, I'm going to go check it out. And his friends are like, you can't go check it out. And Chris says, hey, look, my mom's fucking the sheriff basically makes me a cop.
I mean, genuine, truly kid logic.
Sure. Yeah, no, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. And his friends agree with you. They're like, yeah, no, that's kid logic. We're going. So then we cut over. There's a moment here with the coroner. He's checking out the body, but it's heliosensitive. So they have to use lights that don't have any light on them.
Helios.
Right. Is that like what lights are helio and which ones aren't?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this movie thought black lights aren't light. And I was really excited to see like glow in the dark dead body demons. But bunch of stoner posters on the wall. Finally, people get my glowing shrooms.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So then we see Father Yondu showing up at the sheriff's office. And he walks right up to the counter and he goes, I need the sheriff's help trying to find a small boy. And we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But again, Nestor beats us to our joke. He's like, hey, how's it going? I'm the lascivious guy from earlier. And priests creeped me out. And I was like, ahead of your time, movie.
Yeah.
Ahead of your fucking time.
But yeah, he starts giving him some shit. And Yondu turns to him and he's like, fuck off. And we're supposed to be like, ooh, priest, fuck off. You know, he's pretty badass for a priest. So, but he's trying to find the sheriff. The sheriff, though, has gone over to the coroner's office. So we cut to the coroner. The coroner's by himself. He's like narrating his autopsy as coroners are wont to do, right? But just as he starts digging into the body, it sits up.
And none of the other bodies in the entire movie do this.
No.
Right.
Steeman has a very inconsistent power set. It has a critter's ray, which will vary wildly. Mm-hmm. And in this scene, and only this scene, it inhabits dead bodies
or
as well.
Can create zombies. Yeah, we're not really sure. Mm-hmm. But I will say this coroner, fast-thinking motherfucker, when this body comes to life, he just turns on the lights and turns it to dust. And I'm like, well done.
Instantly.
And the amount of people in this movie who react to these monsters by turning on the light, very surprising considering they're not supposed to know what's actually going on.
Well, so again, like all the characters in the movie are watching the movie, right? So from this point on, everybody in the movie is like, oh, the light. Good call, right?
Because that's why, yeah, like Covey was stealing the lights from the mayor and whoever because of the coming eclipse. So that makes sense that he's like, oh, I want light. We're having an eclipse and I'm scared of the dark or whatever.
Sure.
But all of these other characters are like, oh, what will defend me? Light.
Yeah. Yeah. But then we get Sheriff Sam. He shows up a little bit late to the attack. He will show up a little bit late to everything from this point on in the film, right?
Yeah.
But he shows up. It's too late. The coroner has also been turned into a heliosensitive, desiccated body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he opens up the door and the coroner gets shadowed to death or whatever. I don't know.
You've been shadowed.
Yes. But then Father Yondu shows up right on his tail. Now, if you think about it, Father Yondu is even better at showing up late because he showed up late for the satanic ritual at the beginning as well.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Right, because usually I tell people, hey, don't speed because it doesn't really matter in the end. What are you going to save, 3 minutes? If Father Yondu had sped a little bit more, he could have saved the human race.
This movie is 15 minutes long. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But he shows up just in time to info dump at Sam. He goes, at this point, he looks at the skeleton. This is the skeleton of the woman that was the grave that was dug up in the cemetery. And he goes, the long bones are gone.
What?
And it's like, but why? But why?
That'll never be relevant to the rest of the movie. It'll never be part of anything. It'll never be brought back. Also, I think by long bones, he means fucking legs. It's the weirdest possible use of the line.
It's okay. So what I think we were going for here is that part of the ritual to unmake reality that this demon is trying to do requires him to have the bones of this kid's mom, right? But like the movie is so unclear on that I'm just sort of like retrofitting that in an effort to make this make sense.
Right.
I also have a retrofitted theory. I think they're specifically the long bones to make the scythe because that's what's in the little pictures later.
See?
Sure. Yep.
Oh,
Yep, a bony scythe. You're right.
Because that's the only time he deals with bones is the scythe at the end.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh. We're making a better movie than they did.
We did, yeah. But meanwhile, they've decided to try their hands at the fucking Goonies, right? Because now the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew, they go over to inspect the town eccentric with all the lights, right? And he is a stoner pirate.
Yeah. Listening to Rasta music?
Yep.
Reggae, yep.
Listening to reggae with a blunt in his mouth and an eye patch.
Yeah, and he's stealing Christmas lights from around town, I guess is what we're supposed to think he's doing.
Yeah, the kids solved the mystery of the mayor's missing tomato lights.
Yes, the right. Like,
yeah.
in case you were worried about that plot line. Yeah. Right, like I said, they're having their own little fucking movie going on. And hey, congratulations to them. It seems like more interesting than whatever we're doing. But they have to hide from the town's only black guy. They're very frightened of the town's only black guy. It's real uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
To be fair, Covey finds it very funny.
Yeah,
Clearly.
he's
It's his
enjoying
favorite
it.
thing.
It's his favorite thing to scare the kids who like peek in on him.
Yeah, no, he's loving it. He's like, every white person in town is afraid of me. It's the best.
Yes.
I steal their lights, but they're afraid to come to my house and take a bath.
So Yondu, Sam, and Jen, they're all meeting together about the plot now, right?
And look, I know this is a trope for movies in general, but is there anything funnier than the, like, now we're doing our second of 4 exposition scenes because no one went, no, wait, tell me the entire story. Tell me all the information.
Right, gather everyone needed.
You just have to imagine that between the 2 locations we saw them, then everyone was walking and or driving in complete silence.
I felt like half this movie would have disappeared if Father Yondu, as you call him, had just stayed in the basement reading those papers, because we jump from place to place to place to place going like, oh, this is the storyline. No, that's the storyline. Hey, I have this idea.
Yeah. And also there's a moment here where like Yondu's trying to explain what's going on to Aunt Jen, but he's sort of pre-freaking out. Right. So because there has to be a moment where she wanders away from them. And so he just starts going like, he's like, did this Pancakes Heath take anything from your kid when he saw him? And she's like, no. And he's like, he must have taken something, some hair or some urine or some fingernail clippings or blood. And she's like, whoa, calm the fuck down, man. What? What's going on?
Did you notice any used Band-Aids go missing?
Yeah, right. Do you inventory of those normally? So, but she goes to leave. She thinks that Chris is in trouble, so she's going to go find him. So Yondu like chases her out of the building, and he wants to know what the backstory about Chris's baptism is. Now, this is something that we've just sort of shoehorned into the movie in the last few minutes. We didn't forget to set this up. The movie did.
He might as well chase her down the street being like, come on, doodly-doo, doodly-doo.
Right.
Give me a reason to be here harassing you.
Right, yeah. But we learn here that when he was baptized, the holy water gave him stigmata.
Stigmata, baby.
Hell yeah.
So, and he's like, oh, yeah, so this must be like, he must be a pure soul that the demon needs. And we're like, fucking what? And he's like, don't even worry about it.
We made it up for the movie.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, right.
He could just be a kid.
It doesn't fucking matter, yeah.
We did a whole satanic ritual at the beginning, so there's a perfectly good reason for him to be the kid we need to get killed by the demon. I don't know why we introduced this mythology to a very real religion.
But yeah, so but Father Yondu's like, I need to go back and look at the files at the church. And Sam goes, I demand to be your partner for the rest of the movie. And he's like, yeah, whatever. So then we cut to the kids. They're hanging out at there's like a sewer pipe or whatever that they're all sitting around talking about how much danger they used to be in.
They're having a look at the sun, no, you look at the sun fight. And I wrote in my notes, can confirm this was a lot of our childhood.
Yeah.
It was really bad before iPads.
So at this part, they do a jump scare, and I understand that she's looking down before staring at the sun, and that's why she's scared. But why didn't the other two kids see him? And also, why is he screaming?
Yeah, so yeah, let me set that up for the listeners a bit. So Jen is talking about how they can't look into the eclipse, and they're like, oh, I dare you to look into the sun if you think you can look into the eclipse. So she like goes to like looks down, closes her eyes, goes to open her eyes, and the Rasta pirate is there yelling at them. And they all run away screaming. And yeah, that's the question. Like, yeah, I get why she wasn't there, but are the boys in on it?
Black eye.
Yeah. So, okay. So they all run away. The demon at this point, the Rasta pirate guy looks into the sewer pipe and he goes, is that a fucking demon in there? And then the demon runs away, popping manhole covers all the way. Right.
He has upgraded to public property damage.
Yeah. He's getting ever more municipally out of hand as we go. Yeah.
And he also starts making little kids rip the heads off of their dolls.
Yeah, that seems like a property crime on some level as well.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, and then so Jen is out looking for Chris. The kids are ripping the heads off their dolls. We cut over to Sam and Yondu expositing on their way to the next clue.
Yeah, this is where we're going to get the backstory on the pure souls. They are souls that are born pure, free of original sin. And I just think this is such a weird trope that religious horror movies always feel entitled to. Because look, religious horror movies, and we get pushback sometimes because we'll do like exorcism movies or, religious horror movies. And people say, oh, that's not really a Christian movie. I don't know why you did it on your show. But like, they are pushing the main message of those religions. They also just add a bunch of shit that would get them burned 100 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like every horror movie feels like they can just be like, and have you ever heard of Jesus's brother Stevus? Why, yes. That's whose cup we're after. And Christians are just like popcorn.
So Sam is like, so I thought stigmata was just a bunch of religious horse shit. And I'm like, that's a great way to open the conversation with the priest. But he goes into this whole thing. And then we cut to this older couple. This is the Butterman couple. Fun fact, according to IMDb, these two are the voice actors for Rudolph and that fucking elf that was in the Rudolph thing.
No way.
That's what? Yeah, that's what IMDb said. Anyway,
there's a lot of heavy hitters in this movie.
Is there, Eli?
In Shadowbuilder? Yeah.
I mean, for Shadowbuilder, yeah, I guess that is pretty.
Kevin, you call us anytime. I'll choose you over No Illusions. I want to be an Airbud 7.
But we cut to this couple and they're getting home from like tennis or whatever, but there's evil bubbling up from the sewer. So this is where we're going to introduce the fact that the demon is making everybody in town evil.
Right.
right? We're going to start with Mr. Butterman axe murdering his wife at this point.
Okay, but here's the problem. They won't bring this up for another 20 minutes. So my notes, which I will try not to bring up, every 3 scenes for the rest of the movie until they introduce this concept will be, why did that guy kill his wife with an axe?
Right. She is like, oh, the drain is like stinky. And he looks at her and gets this intense look on his face. And then he just picks up an axe and walks over and just chops her head.
Right.
It's like, damn.
As though she's complained about the drain one time too many. Yeah.
That honey-do list was just too heavy, honey.
so okay. So now we go back to the church where Father Dork, he hears some glass breaking in the creepy, drippy basement. So he goes down to check it out. He sees, the movie is shot, like the whole plot of this movie is that light kills the monster. So we're constantly in the dark, which makes it kind of hard to see what the fuck is happening. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he looks in this little, like this area and he finds a bunch of bones.
The long bones.
That's what I assumed. And then he's attacked by bats.
And the bats eat the light bulbs.
Light bulb eating bats.
They do eat the light bulbs, that's true, yep.
As bats are wont to do, as they are creatures of the dark, you see.
Exactly.
So he gets attacked by bats. He screams and he rolls around on the ground like he's on fire for a while. And then we get the demon cam, like the demon comes up to get him. So he grabs a light because he's been watching the movie to this point and knows that light is the weakness for these. Like, why wouldn't he use a cross?
Right.
Yeah. It's just also worth pointing out that making your bad guy a shadow is a terrible choice for a visual medium, right?
Yeah.
Because every time we see this, it's very clear that we wanted to get a clear view of the shadow builder. And every time they were like, yeah, but that would be light. And we already established that light is bad for him. So just every shot of the villain of the movie is dark. He's Mr. Dark.
Yeah, right. But the light works for a minute to keep him away, but then the light bulb breaks. I guess one of the bats snuck around and threw a little batarang at it. I have no fucking clue.
Just some guys from PSE&G outside. Sorry, that was us.
And then he starts like pray fighting and it fails. And prayer failing in horror movies used to just infuriate me as a Christian. Because it was like, what do you mean that name doesn't work?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah.
That's the whole point. That would be like if Superman one time just kind of jumped halfway into the air and flopped to the ground and he was like, fuck.
So now of course Yondu and Sam have teamed up, so obviously they're going to arrive late to this demon attack. They show up at the church just too late to save Father Dork from the demon, right?
And Shadowbuilder talks to Father Yondu and is like, me existing confirms all the supernatural claims of the church. So Yondu pulls out pistols and starts shooting.
Yeah, starts shooting him in the face.
How dare you prove my religion right? Bang, bang, bang.
Right.
How fucking awesome would it have been if this had worked and that was the end of the movie? It was like, shit, last time all they had was chariots of iron. Holy fuck, I'm losing a lot of blood. I'm losing a lot of demon blood.
So now I want to point out, I almost went with best worst demon voice. So sometimes when we do sketches, Eli will write a voice for like somebody like me or somebody or a guest will have to play a demon, and they'll go for a voice right away, and you can immediately hear them regret it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it felt like through this entire movie, the guy who did this demon voice was like, "Fuck, I got to keep this up the whole goddamn time."
God damn it, Christ Biggins. You've destroyed my vocal
This
health.
is really gonna hurt later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but the demon appears before them. Yondu tries shooting him in the face. That doesn't work. So then he shoots holes in the floor, right, which creates light barriers between him and the demon can't go through light. So they're safe. That's the closest this movie will ever come to being clever, guys. Soak it up. So they get back in the car. I love this moment so much because Sam turns to Yondu and he goes, "What the fuck was that?" And Yondu has to go like, "Look, we're not going to look up fucking actual theology for this. It's like a fucking, it's a demon or something, it's a bad thing."
Don't make me say it, man. I don't believe this. That's my whole thing. That's my shtick. I don't believe it. Don't make me say it.
Yeah. After shooting a demon in the face, he's still like, I'm not sold on this whole supernatural thing.
It's not even that he's not sold. It's just like, I don't like to admit when I'm wrong. I'm going to have to go home and write this out as an iMessage.
So then we see Chris breaking off from his friends to go with meet Aunt Jen for dinner. We learned that through Demon Cam in the sewers, right? And we go back to the sheriff's office. Yondu is taking control. Again, he's just he's just some priest
Just a guy.
in.
He is just a man.
Yeah. But he's taking control. Maggie is like, hey, why are we letting this priest tell us what to do? And so they send her home.
Maggie, get out of the movie. You're asking too many questions. You get out of this movie, Maggie.
Yeah.
She's the only one acting reasonable. And they're like, go home. And it's like, oh, because I'm a woman. They're like, no. We're sending Nestor home too.
Yes. Which they don't, by the way. They're just lying to get her out of the way. So then we cut over to the vet clinic where the assistant is checking on a dog when suddenly its shadow turns into demon shadow dogs too.
Here's the most confusing thing that happens in this scene. The dog multiplies into 2 shadow demon dogs and she goes, easy, as though this is a thing that occasionally happens to her as a veterinary assistant.
And not only that, the dog that's in the scene initially is a Doberman, but the 2 dogs that come out of the Doberman are Rottweilers.
Yes. Yes, each Doberman is made of the soul of 2 Rottweilers from hell.
That's what they say.
That tracks. That actually tracks.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So
Thank God we didn't come for pit bulls. Otherwise, the pit bull owners would be all over this episode. You're allowed to come for the Dobermans. It's okay.
But then she tries to talk down the hounds of hell. Doesn't work. There's a shadow explosion and she gets eaten by the shadow monster. Meanwhile, we cut back to this police station where Father Yondu is having some like old-timey texts faxed over.
He's reading the dark text. By the way, the dark text will just be pictographs of the things that happen in the movie, but medieval style, right? So there's like a dog that attacks someone. At one point, we just see like a kind of sort of demon using a sickle on a baby that will be like instrumental to the plot.
Yes.
But there's never any like text that he references. It's the fucking illustrations. I wanted at one point for someone to be like, hey man, you can read these, right? And he was like, oh yeah, totally.
It's just like look at the pictures too. Mm-hmm. But Jen, at this point, she's been running around looking for Chris for so long. Now she remembers that she was supposed to meet him for dinner. So she calls Sam and she's like, hey, get to the clinic quick. You're closer than I am. And you've got one of those police cars with the overhead lights, so you can get there faster. So Sam calls Nestor, the fucking perv fuck up guy, and just outsources saving Chris to him.
Hey, buddy, do you mind going and picking up Jen's kid? Every time he talks about the sexual positions I do with his aunt every time I'm alone with him. And this is where Nestor introduces the concept that everyone's killy right now.
Yes.
Keep in mind, this is like, you've been listening to this podcast for an extra like 6 or 7 minutes. For us, it has been 20 minutes of movie that we are finally getting an explanation for why that old man hit his wife in the head with an axe. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's coming together.
Yeah. So, and we should also point out, by the way, he says, hey, can you go pick up her kid? He doesn't say he's being targeted by a demon, that is impervious to bullets and will try to kill you, right? Just keep that in mind when the demon kills Nestor later.
As far as Nestor knows, randos on the street are fighting, and his coworker's step kid is just going to be waiting outside of the vet clinic getting ready to be picked up.
Right. That's all he knows. Yeah. So Chris gets to the clinic, where the demon is waiting on him. And so he starts wandering through the clinic without turning any lights on, just calling for Aunt Jen.
And then as he's going into her office, he opens Jen's office door with an adult man's hand. Is something I noticed.
And so he goes in and he's attacked by the shadow Dobermans or the shadow Rottweilers. So he climbs up on a desk and I'm like, well, it's not high enough. So he climbs up on a cabinet, which also isn't high enough. But on his climb up, he's like, oh, you know what? I've been watching the movie the whole time. I know that their weakness is light. If only I could reach that Polaroid over there.
Yeah.
Which is like a gun for shadow monsters. Okay, so he's fighting the dogs. Meanwhile, Officer Nestor is fucking Uvaldeing his way in, right? Like, because he hears that there's like some problem. He knows there's a kid in there. He's like, I'm going to take my fucking time.
Just stops to smoke a full cigarette out
Yeah.
there, like me, Noah, and Lucinda trying to catch a plane. Come on!
I'm going to go look for this kid, pulls out my gun.
Yeah, right. So he walks in, instantly disemboweled by the demon dogs. So it's good that he got that last cigarette in, I guess.
But then he uses the flash on the dogs, which is really insane, right? Because the kid, at least, like he's been talking to the other people. They've had a conversation about, there is some universe in which we can imagine the kid has been informed that the demons are affected by light. There is no reason for Nestor to reach for the fucking Polaroid camera, except to be like, want to get a quick pic of the dogs that murdered me. Oh, look, it worked. Nice.
So we have this moment here where Nestor's bleeding out. And the demon now appears and is trying to like sweet talk Chris into joining him, like, you know, like Darth Vader trying to turn Luke to the dark side, kind of.
Yeah.
It was like hypnotizing him like they were vampires. I was like, are we still doing the Bram Stoker thing? Are we still trying to pretend?
Well, there it is. Yeah.
But so this is the best view we get of the demon too. He's very oily, we realize at this point. And then we've got this moment where like the kid is like moving towards him and Nestor is like, you know, will the Polaroid flash charge up in time? And it does. So with his dying breath, Nestor Polaroids the demon and breaks the spell so Chris can get away.
Okay. But then, and look, that's fine, right? Standard horror movie stuff. Wacky sidekick has just been killed by the demon so the protagonist can get away. But then we see a fucking postscript shit talk with the demon and Nestor for no reason. Where the demon's like, you really fucked up my plan, Nestor. And he's like, yeah, that's what I was going for. And he's like, yeah, well, fuck you, man. Like,
don't have to be
working.
a dick about it. You don't have to be a fucking dick.
I'm working. I don't even understand. You did that weird, sexy coming around the mountain thing, and it made me uncomfortable. I don't like the way you treat women. And I've been wanting to talk to you about it.
So
I'm a shadow demon.
So now Chris, he jumps on his bike. He's hauling ass from the demon dogs. It's dark, so they can chase him outside. We see that the town's going crazy, by which we mean 2 people have set something on fire and all the beheaded dolls are in a pentagram shape.
Fuck yeah, they are.
And I'm like, wait, I thought we were getting rid of light. Why are we burning furniture?
Right?
Is that not light?
It's not Healy. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, right. So, yeah, and then back at the PD, Yondu is looking over his picture book. Sam is mad at Nestor for not checking in yet. And I'm like, hey, man, you sent him to die against a demon he didn't even know was there. Fuck you for getting mad at him for taking too long. So ultimately, Chris almost runs into Jen's truck as he's trying to get away from the demon dog.
Oh my God, this is such a badly coordinated car chase, right? So what's happening is he's being chased by the dogs and his bike. Okay, I can get that. But then her car pulls in front of the bike. Okay, that's a weird, unrelated vehicle. So his bike has to catch up to the car, but the dogs don't catch up to the bike. And then he's in the car, but the dogs are caught up to the car. It's like a fucking chicken and grain puzzle is taking place in the midst of this high-speed chase.
Well, also, there's a moment here where the kid's hanging half out of her truck window, right? It just his shoulders and up are in the truck window, and she's driving away, and she's like, finally, you're safe. And I'm like, I don't think he is. Right? But of course, this is where we get BamBam's best worst.
Yeah.
Right? This is where we get the amazing stunt dog.
Where they tape a fake rubber dog to the door and hit it on a parked car.
Yes.
Actually, if you go to YouTube and you look up Shadowbuilder, this scene is at the exact 1 hour mark.
Oh.
It is worth watching. That
absolutely.
very 60 seconds to see this stuffed animal that is taped to a door just go fly.
This carnival prize gets squooshed between a fucking Ford Focus and a truck.
Yeah, and then he falls down, he turns into a shadow. And there's a moment where like everybody's like, No, don't worry. He's okay, though. He turned back into a shadow.
Yeah, the
He's a
dog didn't
shadow
die.
dog.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I checked on doesthedogdie.com and it says, don't worry, is a shadow.
Yeah, right. So they're driving away. And so the dogs are still chasing him, right? Because it's been reconstituted as a shadow dog. And they're like, oh, where could we go where there'd be a lot of light? If only there was a light-obsessed Rasta pirate nearby, right?
Yeah, the guy who literally set all of his lights on fire just earlier that day.
Yes, yeah, he should be good. Yeah. So they drive to his house, to Covey's house, and they try to have the suspenseful will he get the lights on time moment, and then he does. And they kill the shadow dog with his mental illness, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, this movie thinks it just did a clever foreshadowing thing by introducing a light-obsessed character out of nowhere a few pages before it needed one. And I don't have the heart to tell them otherwise. So we're going to take a quick break instead. But first, let me give Act 3 the hard sell. Will they introduce a backstory that makes this Rasta pirate character make any sense? Will he serve any appreciable role in the movie? Will he remain attached to the main characters that they hit from this point forward, despite serving no role as though they thought his mere presence would count as comic relief? No, and yes, but find out the extent to which this movie really does suck when we return for the at least nobody can say they weren't going for it conclusion of Shadowbuilder.
Oh, man, that beach day was fantastic, you two.
Dude, you have frostbite.
More like fun bite.
Hey, guys. Why is Eli dressed like that? Did he try to get you guys to act out a remake of Roadhouse again? Because you can say no.
No. We enjoyed reenacting the remake of Roadhouse. It's just that Eli is feeling really behind on fall activities. So he's acting like it's still summer.
Surf's up.
That is ice.
Eli, if you want to savor the flavors of fall, why don't you just try Factor?
What's Factor?
Factor's chef prep, dietitian approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets.
I don't know, Noah. Don't those meals get kind of samey?
Not with Factor. Choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost.
But have you actually tried it?
I sure have. I love that Factor lets me stick to my heart-healthy diet even when I'm short on time. That's why I, Noah Lugeons, personally endorse Factor.
All right, Noah, I'm sold. And also, I really hurt myself on the ice just now. Where do I sign up?
Eat smart at factormeals.com/awful50off and use code awful50off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code awful50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
All right, Noah, thanks.
Is that a sunburn?
No, it's friction from the ice.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed.
Father Capricorni, welcome to heaven.
Thank you, St. Peter.
Hello, Father.
My goodness, is that you, Jesus?
Indeed, it is I. You have entered the kingdom of heaven to sit at my right hand.
Right. So, about what happened down there?
Down where?
On Earth? When I died just now?
Oh, yeah, what about it?
Oh, it's just that, I invoked your name, and the demon, it still killed me.
What? No.
Yeah, no, big time. Name of Jesus Christ. And he was just like, rah, and he got me.
There's no way. Michael, did you hear this guy invoke my name?
Psst. You were playing Silk Song.
What? No, I was... they're actually a baby cancer that I was working on. I was just sort of keeping my hands busy with Silk Song.
He's still stuck on Phantom.
Whose side are you on?
I'm still stuck on Phantom, and I hate it. The problem is I've done too much therapy, so when I lose in a video game, I don't go like, motherfucker. I put it down and I go like, I'm really disappointed right now, feeling a lot of disappointment, which is way crazier than throwing my Steam Deck.
Right. And we're back for still more of this shit. We're going to rejoin the action with Jen calling Sam from high atop a pole at the Rasta Pirates house. Cannot decide what kind of movie we're watching here.
Also, keep in mind that, like, The Rasta pirate has not been introduced to the sheriff yet, who has not been introduced. Jen has not been introduced to Father Yondu. So the fact that everyone's just sort of coming together, she might as well call him and be like, hey, it's Act 3. Everyone from the movie is getting together.
Yes, right, exactly. Again, they've all been watching the movie. She tells him at this point, she's like, Nestor's dead. And he's like, how did he die? A heart attack, man. He was killed by the demon that you sent him to fight
Breast
with
cancer.
no warning whatsoever. I also love how blah everybody is about Nestor dying, right? They're like, Nestor's dead. And they're like, yeah, he was not a very likable character.
But also, I feel like the actor who played Sam, he didn't show emotion about anything in this movie.
Fair.
He was not capable of emoting.
No, I looked this actor up. He was like, he's still working, or like he had IMDb credits going all the way up to 2020. Got to start in Guiding Light, but yeah, no sign of acting acumen in this movie whatsoever.
No.
So now we're gonna check in. We check in briefly with Maggie, who's watching the town going crazy. So this is the part of the movie where we watch the waitress from earlier, dancing in her weirdly high underwear, trying to. Like, clearly they've given this poor dancer the instruction to sort of like pole dance, but with this big cross, right? So that it'll be more satanic. But you can't pole dance if it's a big ass cross, if it's a giant square
Sure cannot, no.
pillar. So she does her best.
And it's like, yes, the progression of demon possession. Let's see. Pull dolls' heads off, axe murder, and pole dancing. Yes,
and pole
order.
dancing.
And wolf whistling, because that means demons.
Well, a lot of wolf whistling. Yeah, right. Well, and then so as this is going on, we get Yondu and Sam. They pull up because I guess they got to break into this hardware store. They pull up, and Sam, who is the sheriff, he looks and he sees that there's like people drinking and throwing eggs at houses. So that's another one of those levels of demon possession there. But
yeah, real Sodom and Gomorrah shit. They're egging people's houses.
But he sees all this bacchanalia, and Yondu goes, there's nothing you can do. And I'm like, well, I feel like he's legally obligated to at least try. He's the sheriff.
He's the sheriff, yeah.
And then it struck me, why are none of our main characters getting demon possessed
right?
either? It's all around them. It's in front of them and behind them. But they're not getting demon possessed. And I was like, and they're not shown to be particularly religious. Jen says we're not a religious family. Sam has no indication he's religious at all. And even Yondu is like, I don't believe, it's all political.
Yeah, that's his whole thing, yeah.
And I'm like, well, these guys should be the ones getting possessed, right?
And the Rasta pirate, yeah, like why just the named characters are immune? Yeah. Oh, and so they break into this hardware store to get a generator and more lights. And this is where axe murdering Mr. Butterman shows up, right? And he almost axe murders him, but then Topless Girl runs by and he's like, ooh, Topless Girl.
Ooh, Topless Girl.
Yeah, did he want to kill Topless Lady, or was like killing the wife like totally unrelated? And
I don't know. He carried the axe.
He's single now. Excuse me, my wife just passed away. I could really use some comfort.
Oh, no.
I'm the coach for the New England Patriots.
Former coach. So meanwhile, so Jen, Chris, and Rasta Pirate have now taken a very long ladder back to her house so they can put up as many lights as possible before the demon gets there.
Yeah.
Now, this is so fucking stupid because, so the demon can't get to lights because he's a shadow demon or whatever, but that doesn't mean that more lights would be better. Like, he can't get there less if it's brighter.
No, it's just there's light and not light. I think it's
it's a binary.
Yeah. Also, they haven't used any like significant lights. There's not like a spotlight or an LED light. Like everything, it's just like we need 100 pounds of Christmas lights.
Yes, right. Yeah, exactly.
No one's got a fucking overhead lamp.
No. So we get Chris now gets to the house and he's running around turning on every light he can. And the Rasta Pirate is putting up more lights because that's his thing. He's really good at that. But then we see that some of the townsfolk are just like standing around at the edge of the property looking all murdery.
Or bored.
One or the other.
Right. So keep in mind that like the mythos at this point is that the demon's presence is making everyone murdery, not they work for the demon.
Right.
Right? But now they're apparently all doing his bidding because it's time for that in the fucking movie.
Yes, right. Again, he has this ever-morphing power set. Oh, and so also we have to establish that the kid, Chris, has a superpower too. When Yondu looks at him, all of his sins flash before his eyes.
Gosh, that I am so grateful I've never met a child like that. Hey, mister, you just kept listing a bunch of websites with upsetting names when you made eye contact with me just now. You were in there for like 55 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, no.
I want that. It's because like most of my best memories are the sins, right? Like I would love a kid where I'd be like, hey, come here. I want to look at you again. Because I totally forgot about that acid trip back in 98. So yeah, but he does that for a little while. And then quick before anything interesting can happen, Yondu and Sam and Jen have to have a chat about fucking Chris's inner truth and light. Jesus. So, okay. But now before they have that conversation, though, like fucking Sam is going to leave Chris in the hands of the delusional stranger with the gasoline generator in the living room of the house.
Yeah, as you do.
Who would you like to babysit your son? The man who has been popping pills and screaming about urine and fingernail clippings, or the Rasta pirate who is lights?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the Rasta pirate is not a Catholic priest, so they did make the right choice if it was between those two. It wasn't, though, is importantly, yeah. And also, like, they set this up so painstakingly that this generator is in the living room. Hey, guys, pro tip, don't put your generator
do that
in the living room.
I mean, the demon can't get you if you all die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Well, that's true.
exactly.
Yeah, you win
Pro
the...
tip.
I'd like to point out as the northerner, I was like, that's a great idea. That way all your power stays inside the house. Tell me you don't live in a dangerous part of the United States without telling me.
So, and then, but while they're working on the gas power generator in the living room, Yondu's in the kitchen telling war stories about how he became the pistol packing padre that he is, right?
Right. And I know that in this scriptwriter's mind, this was supposed to be some tragic, amazing backstory, but it's the people I was preaching to were murdered. So I murdered those people. And the implication from there seems to be, and I kind of caught the bug, you know?
Well, so even worse than that, right? So he's like, he was preaching in Somalia and a warlord killed his whole congregation. So he killed the warlord and all his men. And then the Vatican was like, man, you're pretty good at killing a motherfucker. You want to do that for us? And so the Vatican trained him to be an assassin for Christ.
Were you guys picturing a bunch of virgins in dresses doing dive rolls back and forth?
Yes,
That's what I was picturing.
Fucking John 3:16 Wick over here or whatever. So, but yeah, that's his backstory. And then we cut to Mr. Buttersworth or whatever walking around with his axe, crying because he misses his wife, right? The demon shows up and he's like, but wouldn't you love to axe murder her in the head again? And he's like, I kind of would, actually. I would, though. That was kind of fun.
And Mrs. Buttersworth, illusion looks like she's down for it.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's a consensual axe murdering. Yeah. But what the demon is doing is he's tricking Mr. Butterman into axing down that one light pole that controls the entire fucking town like the goddamn exhaust port on the Death Star.
Yeah, no, that is the one. Also, we haven't seen any evidence that Mr. Shadow can't touch regular things. He's killed people.
Right.
He's blown the fucking sewer grates off. There's no indication that he needs Mr. Buttersworth to cut this telephone pole down.
Well, and also he's making people do his bidding elsewhere in town, so it also doesn't seem like he would need to trick anybody either. Right?
I would love an entire movie of just him tricking people into doing the things that they're doing for the entire movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And at some point, Father Yondu says, oh, if we stay near Chris, we can't get demon possessed. And I was like, oh, they saw the plot hole, but none of these people were around Chris all day. Nope, you didn't solve it. Sorry.
Well, and also, wouldn't that so if that's the case, if you can't get demon possessed if you're around Chris, wouldn't the people who are demon possessed run towards Chris and then stop and go, what
Right,
the fuck
right.
was I doing here?
And even at coming up, one of the little kids comes and starts like attacking them in their house. That little kid was his best friend running around with him all day.
Yeah.
He should have been protected.
If anybody was going to be protected, yeah. So yeah, we're back at the house. Yondu's given like some last minute demonology lessons. Chris comes in with the title drop. He goes, so this monster is some kind of shadow builder, Bram Stoker TM.
How badly did you want the shadow builder from outside the house to be like, that's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
That's me, baby.
So yeah, but this is where they explain that the eclipse tomorrow will open a doorway to hell. And Chris, the kid, goes, well, how? And I'm like, why do you want to know how to open the doorway to hell, kid? But of course, that's him setting up for them to be like, well, actually, by sacrificing you with a hatchet, as it turns out. So we have a picture right here from the fucking Morbius Textos or whatever fucking dumbass shit we called it, the Compendium Infernus.
And this picture is just a black and white illustration. And Chris says, wait a minute, that's me, isn't it? And his aunt goes, no, honey, you weren't an ugly Cabbage Patch baby.
Right. So it's a baby. Like the picture that we're seeing is a baby being sacrificed with a big sickle.
By a monkey.
Yes, by a monkey. And he's like, that's me. And it's like, why would you think that? I mean, it is, but why would you think that?
Because they're watching the movie.
Yeah, clearly. Yes, exactly. Everybody's watching this fucking movie. So, and then they have this hilarious moment where they realize, for convoluted reasons that serve no purpose in the film, that before the monster can level up all the way, he has to kill 6 people. And they spend 2.5 minutes arguing about who does and doesn't count and trying to figure out how many kills there have been up. Like, it's like when you got like 2 drunk people trying to remember how they started talking about that topic, right?
Also, do they mention whether or not the vet tech got killed? Because nobody in the movie saw the vet tech disappear or saw her body.
Oh, God, it's so funny because later in the movie, maybe we could talk about it when it comes, they'll be totaling up the victims of the demon, and they kind of have to they're like, wait, did the vet tech die?
Yeah.
God, I wasn't there that shooting day. My uncle was sick.
No, the kid is like, well, I saw her car, but I didn't see her, so it's very safe to assume that she
Can we
also...
get a show of hands? Who in the movie has been with who else in the movie? Wow, a lot of gaps.
Yeah.
A lot of gaps in this plot. Fuck.
Also,
Didn't happen on air, bud. I'll just say that.
So, but they land on the number being 5. The demon's killed 5 people, and he only needs to kill 1 more before, quote, no amount of light made by man will stop him. Right? That's not a quote, but it was something like that. That was a paraphrase quote. That will not matter in any way to the movie because he'll kill like 3 more people, and later they'll stop him with light still. But at this point, Mr. Butterman finishes axing down that light pole and gets crushed to death by the light pole he was axing down.
Shit, wrong direction.
It's as good as you can imagine. Like when I said it, and what you were picturing is what happens in the movie.
It's Burke levels of funny.
Real Gallagher moment.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the power goes out all over the entire city because that was that one light pole that all the lights were on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut over to the house where Yondu realizes, he's like, hey, if I just shoot Chris in the head, he can't sacrifice him during the eclipse later.
Yeah, jumps to child murder like really fast.
Fast even for a Catholic priest, yes. But Chris talks him out of it. He's like, the demon's getting in your head, dude. And then Rasta Pirate pops a flare to break the tension in the living room with the gas can in it. But, hey, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So, but then there's a noise outside and it sounds like the finale's revving up.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not. This is a false lead to the finale.
No, right. Instead, somebody's got to fuck Maggie. Remember Maggie? Of course you don't. We barely talked about her.
The assistant deputy who answered the phone 1 hour and 20 minutes ago.
Yes. So Maggie is looking out the window at the town hall going crazy, and the demon shows up pretending to be the rookie cop that died earlier, and he fucks Maggie real quick.
Right. Now, I have to be clear. He doesn't, and correct me if I'm wrong, he doesn't kill Maggie. They just have a ghost moment, and the demon's like, All right, well, that was nice. I'm going to shower and go kill Chris. Not sure why this made it into the film, but this was a lot of fun.
I wasn't clear the point of that scene at all, because I don't remember seeing her die or get sucked up by the Shadowbuilder.
I thought she did,
She doesn't even say anything. Like, well, if she did, it was like, but the other people who are making a count can't see that this happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And also, we don't have any attachment to this character, so it doesn't fucking matter one way or the other. So, okay. So now back at the house, now all of the townsfolk are breaking in because, like the power's gone out, but they've got their in the living room generator hooked up. So they've still got lights. But now the townfolk have broken in and are trying to knock out their light bulbs. Sam, our intrepid hero, is going to proceed to get his ass absolutely handed to him here.
Yeah.
Now, I want to point out, Sam is one of those characters where, like, he will actually never help at any, like, you could call him the hero of the movie, but he actually never helps anyone in any way throughout.
No, it is impossible to overstate how useless Sam is in the rest of this film.
Yeah. So, but of course, while they're fighting, the gas can gets tipped over and the house is set on fire. Who could have possibly seen that coming?
Mm-hmm.
Yondu is attacked. There was a photographer kid that we saw earlier that had these like weird hedge clippers or something.
Yeah, he had like 10 snips in his hand.
Okay.
This is how poorly planned this movie is. At one point, the demon, during this sequence where the fire is going and they're fighting the villagers who now work for the demon as opposed to just doing random bad shit, the demon will like tie Aunt Jen up with shadow Christmas lights.
Yes.
And it's literally just because they didn't have a villager for her to fight. Because when this scene is over, the Christmas lights go away and she's just like, all right, well, that was why I wasn't in those scenes.
Yes,
in case
right.
anyone is wondering.
So fucking dumb. So now the kid is getting away, right? So he runs to his room, locks the shadow demon out. The shadow's like, I'm a shadow. I can go in under the fucking door, you dumbass. Kid escapes. He gets on the roof, right? He's got roof access from his room. And he's like, he goes, oh, but you need to kill me at the eclipse. If you come any closer, I'll jump off this house and kill myself. But he's only 2 stories up.
Yeah.
He would just like break his ankle or something.
Yeah, it's my knee. Okay, well, now you're like hurt, but I'm going to come down there and get you.
A few minutes ago, actually, the Father Yondu got stabbed in the gut by that photographer guy who was holding the 10 snips. So he's like limping along, has to go save Cress, and he's bleeding. And when he finally gets up there, Shadowbuilder's like, oh, hey, a victim I can torture.
Right. Yes. Well, not just that. He brings him up and he's like, Chris, give yourself to me for this priest who, and I cannot emphasize this enough, you have had 2 interactions with. One where he made hard eye contact, and the second where he was very convinced he needed to shoot you in the head. And Chris is like, not Father Yondu.
Yes, right. Right, he gives in. He's like, oh, if you promise to stop torturing the guy who's already been stabbed in the gut with 10 snips, I'll go with you willingly.
How great. How much would we all love this movie if he had just been like, I don't really know him.
And then he jumps off the roof and breaks his ankle. Yeah.
I thought Yondu was kind of central to the movie. Yeah, but it's just like we haven't interacted a lot. Okay, well.
What if I go get your
I'm
mom?
going to go downstairs and get your friend, the one with the hockey stick.
It would have made so much more sense if it was Jenny who had gone up there.
Yeah.
Or
Sam.
kid.
Even
Covey.
Yeah. He cares more about Covey.
Yes.
Sure.
There is no person in the movie he is less interacted with to choose as his turn yourself into me hostage.
The demon, because at least the demon hasn't tried to kill him at any point. Yeah. So, but the demon leaves with Chris. Jen comes up and she's like, you know, what happened? And fucking the priest, Father Yondu goes, Chris traded himself for us. And I'm like, well, right, but like the sacrifice unmakes all of humanity. So he sacrificed himself so you guys could get an extra hour and a half.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know.
Chris is pretty short-sighted, honestly.
Yes.
Not really sure why he went for that gambit.
So, okay, so now sun rises on the day of the eclipse, and the fucking Rasta pirate is sewing Yondu's wounds back up for him.
You know.
Yeah.
Because he can.
Obviously.
And And I was like, wait, the house was on fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
That went nowhere. They went to so much trouble to establish, there's a gas can in the house with the generator and everything. And it falls and it catches on fire. And then later the house just, it just went out on its own. It's
okay.
You know how gasoline fires do.
Inside houses that have caught the curtains on fire so often do.
Okay, but this is my favorite, laziest plotting of the movie, right? Because the end of this movie takes place in a church, right? Big confrontation takes place in a church. They are in the house. How do they get from the house to the church? I'll tell you. He looks at his picture of a monkey killing a baby with a sickle and he goes, hey, doesn't that kind of look like the sewers to you? The sewers that lead to the church?
So it's actually dumber than that because it happens in two pieces, right? Father Yondu is unconscious. And they're like, where do we go? Where did he take the kid? And Rasta Pirate's like, I happen to know that there are evil spirits that live in the sewers. And they're like, you seem like a trustworthy fellow. So they go to the sewers. But they're wrong. He's wrong about where it is. And then later, Yondu wakes up and he's like, no, look at the picture in the thing. It looks more like a church, doesn't it? And so they go to the church. It's so stupid.
And wait, so they do Sam and Jen go through the sewers to the church?
Yes, the church's basement is directly attached to the sewers.
Oh, wait, I forgot we have a nationwide sewer system that allows
the nationwide sewer system that the zombie, that the demon was, that Alex
all the
mentioned
church
earlier.
basements are connected to the same sewer catacombs. Yeah.
My QAnon aunt always says that to me.
There's also this weird moment where they try to make a joke because we've got Sam and Jen hanging out in the sewer together, walking around looking for Chris. And he tries to make this joke of we shouldn't have kept our relationship secret because then we wouldn't be walking around in the sewer. I had no idea what was going on with that.
How are those two things related? Sorry, it's just I haven't contributed a lot to the movie, and I thought I'd remind everybody that we are fucking.
But then he gets sucked into the sewer by a sewer monster, right? He just he gets sucked down into the water and dragged away, only to show up later when it's too late for him to help with the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So up above, Yondu comes to. He realizes that they're going to the sewer, but that's the wrong place to go. They have to go to the church instead. And then we cut to the demon kind of just tapping his feet, waiting for the eclipse. Doom scrolling a bit.
I got you a little earlier than I thought I should. So, how is sixth grade? Are you in sixth grade? Seventh? Okay. Cool.
You know how it is. You plan ahead. You get there. Oh, now we have to just wait.
Yeah, right.
Oh, crap.
Could have slept in.
Can I give you an iPad? I hear those are bad for kids, but I also think that that's a lot of moral panic. I don't see a lot of data.
So, okay, and
what is a skibbity toilet? We hear a lot about it in hell.
So, you know how Heath gets all mad when they fuck up basketball in movies and shit? That's me when they fuck up eclipses, apparently. I was livid by their shit-ass graphic for the eclipse, right?
Well, the eclipse is when the sun, which is small, and the moon, which is bigger, look at each other.
They basically put a fucking blow pop between the camera and the sun, and they're like, eclipse that looks like this. It's and that's what we got. So, but the eclipse comes. The demon he's got his big bone scythe now, and he has to stab it into the Jesus on the crucifix's heart.
Which screams?
Yes, yeah. Or I don't know if he has to or if he just chooses to, but he does. So then he's got the kid all prepared for sacrifice, and then he starts my best worst. He starts his satanic spell, which is just him reading the first chapter of Genesis backwards. And I don't even mean I mean just saying the words, but in a backwards order. It's so dumb.
It's not listening to the Beatles backwards or anything. He's just reversing the sentence.
Yes. He's reversing the sentence. And it is, speaking of the word, all of the words, all of these passages of the Bible begin with and. And so he has to keep being the water he did and so he just keeps having to hit these dramatic ands. I was breath with leafy laughter by the end of this thing.
It was fucking, because it takes a second. You just keep hearing him say these random words ending in and then you're just like, oh God, that's what he's fucking doing. And it goes on for so long, and he's trying to inject it with so much demonic gravitas.
And there are a couple where it kind of works, right? Where it's like across the water he did, and you can hear the actor being like, that one kind of makes sense, right? That one felt kind of backwards. It was a little cool.
And at some point, somebody says he's trying to reverse creation. And I was like, wait, that's what we're doing now? I thought we were opening a portal to hell.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just when you think this can't get any funnier, Father Yondu busts in and starts doing a anti-demon forward Bible wizard battle with him.
He's like, I'll go from the beginning, you go from the end, and we'll meet him in the middle. Yeah.
No, if we meet in the middle, then I think we're just light over the water.
So reading the Bible forward, you get the literal armor of God, but reading it backwards undoes creation.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's a Bible verse battle. Vacation Bible school memories.
Yes. There's also a moment where Jen runs in, right? Like she runs from the sewer into the church, which is appropriate, I guess. And she's the one person who hasn't been paying attention to the fucking movie. Instead of a light-based attack, she just pushes a pole into the demon. And the demon... And I only point this out because the demon then says, and I quote, "You absurd little bitch." And then backhands her away from the scene. But so now Yondu's there and he's trying to Bible quote forwards while the demon is Bible quoting backwards. Ross the pirate is trying to get Jen out of there, but the door's locked now. And the demon is like, hey, wait a minute. I actually can power up into an even sillier looking graphic.
Now I am a spooky skeleton angel made of bones.
Like, this was Goosebumps level funny.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was amazing. And so the demon like rears up with his scythe to give a good slow motion sacrifice, and Yondu leaps between the scythe and the kid, all bodyguard or whatever.
Right. And first of all, it's way too long a scythe, so I wanted him to get Chris as well. But second of all, I really wanted just 11 minutes of the movie for him to be trying to shake Yondu off his scythe. God damn, really fucking on. Okay, I'm going to put a foot on your chest and I'm going to pull. Ow. I can't get leverage.
Like scraping him on the side of the altar. Scrape, scrape, scrape.
There's also... There's a great moment here where the Jesus statue that had the scythe in it kind of looks over at Yondu like, you're all right, kid, And so now the eclipse is over, right? The demon missed his window of opportunity. So he starts to demon explode.
Yep.
And just then when the light like spills back in and he starts to like melt or whatever, Sam shows up all useless and too fucking late. Grabs the scythe and hits him with the scythe, and where he's like, I also helped. I'm like, yes, Sam, you also helped.
I had a hallucination at this moment, which I need to share. So it cuts, Sam bursts in, but because it cuts to Jesus on the cross first, my filmmaking eye was like, I think the church doors are about to open and Jesus Christ of Nazareth is about to run in and scissor kick this demon in the chest. And if that's what happened, this podcast is over.
Yeah.
We just talk about this movie every week. We convince a new group of people to love the greatest movie ever, Bram Stoker Shadowbuilder, TM.
But instead of scissor kicking Jesus, we get Chekhov's window curtains.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. The dirty curtains. He pulls them down, and they kill him with the light. And then, the demon is dead and the good guys have won. And so now Chris has to like put a sheet over Yondu and bless him in his sinlessness or whatever.
So funny.
It's like he doesn't even properly pull it over him. He's just like, kind of on your face.
Yeah, it's got your face in your hands, more or less. Like, first of all, like conveniently placed burial shroud, may I say. But yeah, it didn't really do the trick. And then everybody all walks away wishing they'd been in a better movie. And I wish that too.
Oh, but Chris says, he wanted me to believe you wouldn't come, Mr. Priest, that I just met and pulled a gun on me earlier.
For the third time here.
Right. But you really were a godsend.
Yeah.
The end. God, it's so fucking dumb, but delightfully dumb. Bugs, Bam Bam, thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching, like, genuinely one of the least unenjoyable movies that we've ever watched on this show with us.
I was just so happy that this was Christian enough.
Yeah, no, it just barely made it over the line. And so a quick reminder, where should our listeners go if they want to hear more from you?
Our podcast is Bibliowrecks, BIBLIOWRCKS. We're on all the podcast apps. Our Blue Sky is at bugs-bibliowrecks.bsky.social. And we have a Reddit community called r/Bibliowrecks. And I occasionally write on Substack at Bugs and Books.
Nice. And of course, we'll have a bunch of that linked in the show notes as well. And while that does it for our review of Bram Stoker Shadowbuilder and our extended spooktacular, that's not going to do it for the episode just yet because we still need to lure you back next week. So Eli, tell us what's on deck.
Children will experience the Bible's fascinating stories of the Garden of Eden play out in this beautifully animated presentation about Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. We'll be watching Greatest Heroes Legends of the Bible, the Garden of Eden.
Okay. So with that to look forward to, we're going to bring episode 531 to a merciful close. Once again, a huge thanks to Bugs and Bam Bam for all their help this week. Be sure to check the show notes for links to their stuff, and an equally huge thanks to all the Patreon donors that help make this show go. If you'd like to count yourself among their ranks, you can make a per episode donation at patreon.com/godawful and thereby earn early access to an ad-free version of every episode. You can also help a ton by leaving a 5-star review and by sharing the show on all your various social media platforms. And if you enjoyed this show, be sure to check out our sibling shows, The Scathing Atheist, Citation Needed, D&D Minus, and The Skepticrat, available wherever podcasts live. If you have questions, comments, or cinematic suggestions, you can email GodAwfulMovies@gmail.com. Tim Robertson takes care of our social media. Our theme song was written and performed by Ryan Slotnick of Vivid Drafts on Mars. All the other music was written and performed by our audio engineer, Morgan Clark, and was used with permission. Thanks again for giving us a chunk of your life this week. For Heath Enright and Eli Posnick, I'm Noah Lucius, promising to work hard to earn another chunk next week. Until then, we'll leave you with the American Graffiti close.
Mr. Covey became one of those Christmas light technicians who puts on giant light shows and never lets a bulb burn out.
Aw.
Jasmine is still staring at the sun because someone told her she couldn't.
Yeah, we did a documentary about her. Chris turned out to only be medium saintly.
The Shadowbuilder went on to a successful career as a New York landlord, where he was never confronted with a working light bulb ever again. Gone red.
Amon? I don't know what the hell Eli's talking about. Are you guys recording on your end?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to do a quick 5 count. And if one or the other of you can join with me and count 4 and 5, this is just for Morgan, so we can sync up the tracks nice and easy later.
Right.
Yeah.
1.
You gonna do it?
2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
I forgot to do it because
Eli,
I was distracted by what happened. I was
Yep.
distracted by what happened.
Yeah, no, you're right.
They
you're
joined
right.
at 2.
Yeah.
They both joined
they
at
both.
2.
Okay, you're right. You're right. That was not the instruction given. So yeah, one more time. Just one. Choose between the
Choose
two
now.
of you.
Now choose.
Yep.
What if I was just a
rock,
piece of
paper,
shit during the
scissors?
sound check? I was just like a total asshole. I was like, hey guys, we can cut anything. And then during the sound check, I was like, a little professionalism. God, God damn it. We're trying to do my job here. What? You just hear things smashing in the background.
All right. So one more time. This time, Bam Bam, we'll go with you. Just join me on 4 and 5. And Eli, if you could also join me on 4 and 5 this time, that would be
I
great.
wanted it to be Bugs, but you know what? I'm not here.
So you know what? We have to go a certain way, and that's the way we're
How
going.
was being on GodAwfulMovies? It was the worst.
I'm the man. I have to do the counting.
We all know ladies can't do no counting.
Yeah, women are bad at
Unless
math.
it's shopping, am I right?
All right.
I'm the accountant. I get ignored.
Oh, no.
Well, Well, let me
I didn't know we had a
mansplain
professional
counting cheese.
accountant here. Yeah, right. Shit.
Would you like to do therapy with our accountant, Tony D, who I regularly send TikToks to?
All right, here we go.
Okay.
We're going to do this 5 count and we're going to make it work. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
That was awesome.
I know my place.
I think Eli went a little early on 5. So
It's because you're so pretty, Noah.
yeah, right. So Morgan, go with his 4 if you have to choose between the two. Here we go.
Now we go down to the interstitials, which are on page
31. I'm already there.
God damn it. We always race down to the bottom of the thing. See when we get there.
Yeah, give us a second. And we'll
Yeah,
find
no.
it.
So we're seasoned veterans at racing down this document. So we
You weren't
don't
told
expect-
that the race was part of the.
Yeah, ready, set, go. You didn't even get a ready,
Yeah.
set, go.
Exactly. Oh, we should start doing a ready, set, go.
That would probably fuck Heath up a little bit, right? Like
Yeah,
that would change.
right?
That would change the numbers a bit.
What's BetterHelp?
BetterHelp. Just
How dare
oh,
you?
well done! Holy shit!
yeah.
That's the first actual steal in the history of the fucking game.
Oh,
I was here to
Oh,
witness
God.
it. Wow.
mm.
We had that plan because
Nice.
we couldn't let me get both points.
No, that's good shit.
I
Wait, is
wrote
that bad?
Audio Boom. I wrote Audio Boom and I was like, hey, can I have my winter blues tell me to kill myself in a BetterHelp ad? And they were like, no, man.
They have a dedicated guy whose job it is to tell Eli no.
Matthew. Matthew hates me so fucking much. The funny thing is Audio Boom's a pretty chill company, so we always know we got a new person because they're like, hey guys, it's me, Chris. Can't wait to work with one of our best clients. And by the end of the month, he's like, what's up, fuckface? Think you're so funny, don't you?
We throw to ads, but we don't have real ads. We just have a little promo for our socials. So we absolutely live it up and make the worst throws that are the most awful because we don't actually have to deal with advertisers.
Hell
Yeah, I did that for a while. I remember those days. This content is CAN credentialed, which means you can report instances of harassment, abuse, or other harm at their hotline at 617-249-4255 or on their website at creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org. The preceding podcast was a production of Puzzle and a Thunderstorm LLC, copyright 2025, all rights reserved.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super size laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.